Here's someone else who needs to put on some pants and get a real job. The Reverend Terry Jones down in Florida. Here's the thing. Right now, Terry Jones seems to have only one job, national book burner. And I know it's always easy to find someone who likes a good book burning, but I just think there's no future in this industry. I mean, who reads books anymore? What is there to burn? Okay, you want to get some retraining and learn how to destroy Kindles? Knock yourself out. I'm just saying, Reverend Terry Jones, it's time to take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, what color is that parachute? And I know, Terry Jones is wearing pants on his legs. I think he needs to put some pants on that handlebar mustache on his face. Now, I'm the last person to give out any fashion advice. But a scary mustache like that? You might want to wear a veil, or maybe a burqa would be a good look for Terry Jones. Book burning, of course, had its peak back in Nazi Germany, which kind of makes sense because Terry Jones, before he moved to Florida to burn books, he lived in Germany for 20 years. It's true. At least for now, Terry Jones called off his big book burning. He was going to burn copies of the Quran to send a message to terrorists who call themselves Muslims. And I guess that message was going to be, hi, I'm Terry Jones, and I am unable to tell the difference between millions of peaceful Muslims who engage in community service on the one hand, and a small number of terrorists who like to use religion as a distraction to commit violent acts on the other hand. You can't tell the difference? Really? Well, listen up, Terry Jones. This is not rocket science. It's pretty simple. You judge people by their actions, not by the actions of people who claim they represent a group. I mean, look at the Catholic Church. For many years, there were horrible crimes of sexual abuse by some of the priests. It doesn't make all Catholics guilty. You don't see Terry Jones protesting when they build a Catholic church next to a school because of the history of sexual abuse. And nobody should be protesting that. You shouldn't be protesting Catholic churches because of what some priests did. And Terry Jones also shouldn't be protesting when people living in a community want to build a mosque and an interfaith center. Here's the funny thing about America. Somehow, in spite of ourselves, we really did become a country of religious freedom. We didn't start out that way. You know the story they always tell about the pilgrims who left Europe to come to America to find religious freedom? Not true. The settlers who sailed on the Mayflower were not looking for religious freedom. They were looking for their own religion. They didn't want to find a place to live where each person was free to practice their own religion. The pilgrims wanted a place where everyone had to observe the pilgrim religion. But throughout our history, we have pushed away intolerance. We have found room in our communities for all religions. In February this year, hundreds of Shiite Muslims were brutally attacked during a pilgrimage to one of their holy cities in the Middle East. They were attacked by terrorists claiming to be Muslims. The thing is, that doesn't happen in America because America is a land of religious freedom. It's actually one of the safest places in the world to practice whichever type of Islam or any other religion you believe in. America is a country where mosques, churches, temples, synagogues, and other religious spaces can be built in the same neighborhood, in the same community. Religious freedom in America, the coexistence of very different religious viewpoints, is actually a remarkable accomplishment, particularly when you remember just how divisive religion has been throughout human history and how divisive religion is right now throughout most of the rest of the world. If you listen to conservatives, they will tell you that America's greatest accomplishment is economic prosperity brought on by free markets. Those conservatives are delusional. There have been lots of other rich countries with all kinds of economic systems in history. There have been lots of other rich countries with all kinds of economic systems in the world today. But the biggest American accomplishment is the religious freedom we have. Now, if the Nobel Prize people were serious, they would just give the entire United States of America, everybody who lives here, the Nobel Peace Prize for what we have accomplished in creating a space for religious freedom. It's just too bad that some people like the Reverend Terry Jones just don't think that is an accomplishment worth celebrating. Maybe if Americans were better at history, we'd appreciate the amazing accomplishment of religious freedom. I'm not holding my breath. But I was talking about Terry Jones. Okay, here's another example of judging people by their own actions and not assigning collective guilt. Most people would look at that mustache you have and say, Reverend Terry Jones, you're an idiot. But not me. I had my own hairy handlebars phase. Didn't make me want to burn any books, though.